break the video. Oh, put it off. Here we go. Awakening.
Oh, that it's all in lowercase too.
I think it's the only one that is in lowercase. Because a lot of the other Gridman missions, I think, were all in uppercase.
Yeah. Cannon. Aerial.
So, yeah, while we're also doing this opening cutscene for this level, can I say, like series I would love to see in another SR when we get it? Well, for one, obviously, Witch of Mercury. I would love to see Suletta Mercury interact with other pilots. She has some fun interactions in SD Battle Alliance. Though the more ominous interactions, the new types pilots' reactions to, what's up with your machine? Especially the one we know now. But yeah, I would love to see... Actually, it's not just Suletta I would like to see. I would love to see Mirion's reactions to a lot of characters.
Mireen.
Yeah, Mireen. She's been fun, honestly. I've loved her in Season 1.
Yeah.
Just headstrong and just doing bullshit. I think my favorite scene of the first season, outside of like, you know, some of the battles, was just her chasing Suletta down like a fucking goblin. Someone
back here.
Someone took that, like, right after she gets a hit on the head and she just launches after Suletta. Someone synced into cloaker noises.
Of course.
It works. Yeah, also, the city this time has not repaired itself. Every other time we've come back here after it's been destroyed, the city's been repaired, and also all the kaiju are damaged now. Akane Shinjo has given up. She's not fixing this world anymore. Also, finally get a good, clean view of the circuit board city.
Yep.
I love the fact that that's just up there, because it is just blatantly the set of the original Gridman. There was, especially this in Dyna Xenon, there was definitely a lot of passion for the for Gridman.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
And I also, oh yeah, this kind of is a better view to give us a clear spot to talk about it. Someone pointed it out to me and in one of the comments on a Gridman video, and I didn't notice it till I was rewatching the first episode and really looking at faces.
Yeah.
Have you ever noticed that everyone except for Yuta, Akane, Rika, and the Neo Genesis High all don't really have like a lot of anime character traits?
Yeah, they look very normal.
Yeah, like here, like her, she doesn't have the larger.
I think you mentioned it to me.
I did mention it to you. I think
or
I also,
vice versa, one or the other.
No, I think I mentioned it, but yeah, no, it's an interesting idea. Like, it makes them feel like they don't belong. It makes it clear Akane is, you know, a god of this world. Yuta's role in everything. It works for Rika because of, well, the theory of what Rika is in terms of this world.
Yeah.
But I guess as we're here in the final level, there's, I forget if it's ever confirmed, but there's a theory that Rika is
actually the true form of Akane Shinjo.
Because if you take the characters and put them right next to each other, they're actually complete opposites of each other. White hair to dark, well, light hair to dark hair, flat to bust, short to tall. It's like they're like, if you take everything about them, they're complete 180s to each other. Akane's like this outgoing girl, while Rika's like, you know, she's outgoing with her friends, but like she's, you know, always tied up with responsibilities. Peaceful life.
After the series, right, when we see the real world.
Yeah. The girl.
There's a lot of hints to this.
Especially because she looks more like Rika.
She looks a lot more like Rika in terms of her overall design.
Well,
The room looks a lot more like what we'd expect Rika's to look like. The pass holder on her desk isn't the pink one that Rika got for a gift, but the blue one that Rika had herself.
Yeah. So it definitely fits. Like I love the whole a lot of like the imagery and symbolism, like the imagery hidden within Gridman. Grant, it's Trigger. Are we surprised? I will say I do like the fact that at this final scenario for it, they kind of have, you know, some dialogue throughout the course of the Gridman missions after they're recruited, but the Devolution Getter team has a little bit of input.
They have a stake in this.
It's very similar to their own world.
It's very personal feeling.
I mean, granted, they have a lot of a connection to the J Decker ending and the Gridman ending, since it's creations rebelling against the creator.
Yep.
Because, well, that's what they are. The protagonist of this city story will take it all back. No, not the protagonist. The hero.
Mm-hmm.
Because, yeah,
the Toku hero this city needs.
I haven't gone to start reading Devolution yet because I am still so fucking pissed that happened.
Yeah.
They sent me Volume 5. The replacement is in the mail, so it should hopefully be coming in. But yeah, their whole thing is Getter is to rebel against the creators because Saitomi is based as fuck.
Saitomi needs to go to the retirement home that he should have gone to years ago.
Armageddon Saitomi, fuck you all, kill everything. Devolution Saitomi, fuck you, God.
Yeah.
Ken Ishikawa Saitomi. Starts normal, yes, and then starts getting, after he builds Shin Getters, just starts losing his shit. Grant, it's always because of one thing why he always loses his mind.
The power of the Getter.
He's literally just standing next to a nuclear reactor. Though I will say a very ominous sequence is, I believe it is Neo Getter versus Shin Getter. They show Musashi's death. Which is almost a perfect recreation of his death from the original manga.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, you know, he gave the Dinosaur Empire a lot of shit. Like, he had them, like, you know, send out everything. And then just rips out the Getter reactor. And crushes it.
A fucking champion.
Yeah, and this time also, all the people of the city can finally see us. Also, hey, look, it's a smug asshole. Hey, Coronium, how you doing? On.
Also, just want to point out that Karo is hitting on that AZ right now.
Oh yeah, no. He does start doing that in this final scenario. Wow, angry small dog. Yeah, he does start doing that in his final scenario. I forget where it is when it happens, but I think Yuta threatens to have him arrested.
Yeah.
Most of the other guys threaten to kill him. Knowledge not shared is knowledge wasted. You know what? Okay, look. He might be a smug asshole.
He just followed them around.
Yep. Yeah, like, that's the weird thing. Like, of the 4 big villains we've had up to this point, you know, the corporation back in SRT, the Keepers, and Geardom.
I still think I like Carolyn the most.
I like. Here's the thing. I like all of them for different reasons.
Yeah. The original antagonists are always interesting.
Gardam, I think, is... I think we mentioned this multiple times during SRV. Gardam is probably the one worked into the narrative the best out of any of them.
Yeah.
Especially because, in fact, You worked it as one of the planets destroyed by Iskandar with wave motion technology.
Yep.
Which is this great parallel. The Keepers work very well as, like, you know, this moving force in the world of Al-Wrath, bringing everything together. Like, they could have just, you know, stuck to just having the anti-spirals being the big bad behind everything, but having the Keepers, you know, manipulating everything while, like, you know, proclaiming order, while also having Embryo on the fucking side.
Embryo being fucking Embryo again about everything.
And then the corporation and SRT is a great parallel to our corporation. Like, it's just like this, like, you know, this great parallel in terms of their mindset, how they treat their people, especially with Rami.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the interference, it's finally been revealed. The interference in the main system was her this entire time. Yep.
Figures.
Yeah, so this area, as we've mentioned, has been, well, we figured out since the beginning, but it's a pocket dimension.
It's completely separate from everything else.
As he said, the perfect analogy. It's a walled garden. It was just Akane Shinjo's garden, and she was keeping it just... And honestly, it's the perfect analogy.
Her little Eden.
It was her own. Yeah, no, a garden's actually the perfect analogy for us, because what do you do when a rose starts to die in your garden?
You snip it off.
So when something she didn't like appeared, Kaiju killed it. Granted, it's not a way to think about living things, but it's not a bad analogy.
It is not a bad analogy at all.
Yeah, she's from another dimension, another reality. Not a god.
She's an isekai protagonist.
Which they've used to great effect with Ernie.
Only she's gone a little off the deep end.
Yeah. Hold on a second. Okay. Yeah. Curlium, though, like, going back to talk about him as you know, well, the Magister is our central antagonist. He's definitely our view into them.
Yeah.
He's very indifferent to the whole thing. He treats it as a game, not like... And there's no malice. He's generally...
He's just genuinely curious about us.
Yeah. She's just a girl, not a god. So yeah, in Gridman proper, Akane is the one who starts destroying the world. Because she's just done with it. But in this one, it's the Quest Stars. Just to show she's not a god. You know what would be kind of interesting to see in SR, but it just really doesn't have enough to give?
What's that?
Recreators.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially with, like, this game's whole focus on divine beings. Like,
what that actually means.
Yeah, because SR30, especially towards its end, it definitely does have that focus on divinity, creation, motherhood, and all that stuff. As well as free will. By the way, how would you pull the lever?
This is a really good commentary.
Yeah.
On the creative process.
Yeah. By the way, here's my question. Would you pull the rail and switch the train track? The true answer. Multi-track drifting!
Here's the real answer. Multi-track drifting.
I just remember that fucking Super Appleman animation with Mube. It falls over because it runs over the 3 and she's just staring. And it's just playing the Wii U music. I don't think we'll get through to him, Lieutenant. He's a fish, and that Magister is the owner of the pond. It's the same scenario actually he gave us earlier with, you know, the dog and the poisoned food. If you're a... Actually, didn't 9 mention this in SRV?
Something similar to it, yeah.
The fish in a bowl, and you think you're God because you're feeding the fish. You know, actually, speaking of Warhammer, because we were talking about some Warhammer stuff earlier with Rogue Trader. You know, I picked up because it was on sale.
What's that?
40k Inquisitor. It's a Diablo style game.
Ah.
I'm like expecting, oh, okay, it's just gonna be, you know, fighting one faction, because that's usually what 40k games do. You know, you focus on one faction, usually Tyranids or Chaos. No, you start with Nurgle, and then I get the full list of random missions. I'm like, okay, so what can I fight? Eldari, Chaotic Guardsmen, Core Knights, Alpha Legion. Which, as soon as I saw Alpha Legion, I'm like, oh, they're all, almost every time I've had Alpha Legion pop up, it's been for assassination targets. And I'm like, okay,
I see.
have I killed Alfarius?
No.
With a
Yes.
Did you know the Alpha Legion once made it raid snakes on a planet?
Of course they did.
Basically,
It's the Alpha Legion.
they basically drugged this planet's atmosphere so it would knock out everyone who's psychic and make them all have the same dream about it raining snakes. And because they're all psychers, it started raining snakes.
Oh, no.
So the Inquisition shows up like, why the fuck's it raining snakes? And then they realize, oh fuck, it's the Alpha Legion. So then they declared a demon planet, and the Alpha Legion fucked off with all the psychers. Some of the shit with the Alpha Legion just reads like some Looney Tunes, like, you know, Wile E. Coyote, Long Con shit.
Really do be like that.
There's a older Warhammer What If universe that was created by the community. It was called the Dornian Heresy, which instead of, you know, Horus becoming the arch traitor and it was his heresy, it was what if everyone who was loyal, what if everyone who was loyal is traitor and everyone who is traitor is loyal?
Oh no.
Like, you have the Space Wolves become worshippers of corn. Magnus doesn't do anything wrong. He actually is like the leader of a faction.
Like, Magnus didn't do anything wrong.
Actually, in both timelines, he technically didn't. It's all Horse's fault. Lorgar actually kind of stays the same, just loyal instead of traitor.
Right.
The weird one was Night Lords, who are like, they are scum. They are like their planet is Nar Shaddaa, but worse.
Ah. Of course.
Most people are a murderer before they're a teenager.
Of course, of course.
They're loyal. You have a lot of them, they have creative reasons why they all went traitor. But the funny one is, the Alpha Legion is exactly the same. The only difference is that they say they're loyal now instead of traitor. I'm like, yeah, no, that's consistent.
That's the Alpha Legion.
Because there's this old prophecy that the Alpha Legion Primarchs were given. It was, you could side with Horus, the Emperor will die, the universe will burn, chaos will reign. Or you could side with the Emperor, Horus will die, and the Imperium will spread across the stars before burning out into nothingness. Big E's on the Golden Throne and Horus is dead. They said they chose both. This is why no one knows what the fuck they are. And then here's the question. If we beat Akane Shinjo, will they just disappear? And why did Akane make this city? And honestly, when you know why this city was made, you really hate Alexis even more.
Yeah, it's really just a depression dream of hers.
Yeah.
That's all that this has ever been. It's been her escape from reality.
I still, we'll talk about it later, because I believe they do have, that's one of my favorite scenes from Well, I'll be honest, the final few episodes of Gridman and Dinah Zenon have some amazing scenes.
Oh yeah.
Dinah Zenon's Mirror Maze and
I do still think that I prefer Gridman's overall plot to Dinosaurs, but they are both very, very good stories.
I think the main issue I have with Dinah Zenon was just like the kaiju were kind of just there, and there was no real like explanation for why they were appearing.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, with Gridman, we had Akane as an overarching villain. Though I will say the villains of Dinah Zenon were so much fun. Especially the one guy who kept eating shit.
Mm-hmm.
Though...
He kept getting arrested, too.
I know. Though I will say the final battle where you had everyone, you know, talking to their counterpart was really good.
Yep.
You know, just them all just screaming at us like, this is all your fault. If it is, I do apologize. And then you have the one guy, like, he's like super gay for, why am I drawing a blank on his name? The guy who gave them Dinah Zenon.
Galmo?
Yeah, Galmo, you know, where the one member of the kaiju team is just like, you see, we're always meant to be together. We're always meant to be. Shut the fuck up!
Yeah.
And just decks him.
Just fucking decks him.
That and Auntie's used to great effect.
Auntie is so good.
He
Or,
really...
as he goes by now, days.
Yeah, he does actually channel Caliber a lot in that series.
Well, of course. Caliber is his dad.
Yep. She was going to build a whole kaiju army and fight you with it. But yeah, and that's... She came. Her glass... I think this is the first... Actually, this is the only time in the series where she goes outside wearing the glasses. The entire time through the series, they're cracked. She's soaked. And like the minute she walks in with just the glasses, you realize like, oh fuck, shit's going down.
Mm-hmm. It's all part of her process to play God. And what better way to play God than play with someone's life?
One last plea for her, just stop it. Alexis is clearly using you, just stop it, we can find a solution. And... Flash of red. So we now have our second team member being stabbed.
Yeah. First Uso, now Yuta.
I mean, like, look, a mobile suit usually has an emergency first aid kit in one of its compartments. That's just standard military protocol.
Yeah, and at least Uso didn't get it in deep.
Yeah, Akane cuts him with a fucking box cutter.
Yeah. Those things are sharp. Do not mess around with box cutters, everyone.
Yeah, do not mess around with box cutters. To give you an idea, I have on my desk right now, because it came with my modeling kit, I have an X-Acto knife. I've nearly cut myself a few times with this.
Yeah, those things are as sharp as scalpels.
Yeah. I have a whole box of blades, and I'm, like, nervous to ever open them. Great, I don't use my modeling knife too much. I don't really ever use for it. I just need my nippers.
Mm-hmm.
And my files. The most I've ever used the X-Acto knife for was on some of the waist skirts. I'll break the center joints, so that way if you raise the right leg up, the left skirt doesn't come up.
Yeah.
It allows for more dynamic posing. Only one's ever really done it for, like, narrative. But I will say, it looks like a... Okay, I'm going to talk about some modeling stuff right now while Hibiki's still being stabbed. It looks like, at least with Ariel...
He's dying and you're laughing. A man is dying and you are laughing.
Jason Todd's dead and I'm still laughing!
Barbara Gordon's dead and I'm still laughing.
Mark Hamill in that game is fucking great.
Uh,
So the mandatory units are, of course, Gridman and Grid Knight. Let's see. And deploy Scope Dog. Of course, Ultraman. I am going to deploy Ultraman because we get some fun dialogue when we deploy Ultraman. Oh, also, make sure you deploy Ernie. That also gives you some really fun dialogue. Is there anyone else I swap out? The main issue is all the characters I'm deploying all have like things they can say.
I forget. Did the Magic Knights have something to say to like?
If it's just deploy, if you only have to deploy protagonists, like the main leaders of a team. Right. So the Ryomas, Koji, Tetsuya. Actually, oddly enough, the Mazins and two of the Mazins and Getters all have all are considered lead pilots.
Protagonists.
Yeah, since Tetsuya has his own series, so does Koji. Go and his team are their own series technically, just like Ryoma is. It's kind of, I will say, it seemed, because I've watched some stuff on Go's original run in the manga. In the original manga, he's like a lot more animated. Like, yeah, he's this kind of off-the-wall character because they're on an international team of Super Robot Wars pilots, including Schwartz.
Yes.
And he gives them like a lot of shit and everything, which Schwartz in Armageddon is just an asshole. Schwartz in Get a Robo Go is a racist until he becomes less racist because he falls in love with a Japanese woman. I am not making this shit up.
Yep.
Let's see, I'm going to deploy I'm also going to definitely deploy Devolution Getter because I remember we saw this the first time. We saw their dialogue. Our response was, what the fuck? Shinkelian, Ultraman.
You're a fragment of that.
What? Oh, we'll talk about it. And as always, Guy. Always deploy Guy. There we go. Really get Ultraman up to it. I just boosted Ultraman to fucking 20.
Hell yeah.
Whoa, fuck. I really have been stupid. I've been kind of stupid with Ultraman's abilities, it looks like. I forgot to give him ignore size.
Yeah, that'd probably help.
Give him Instinct and Guard, because that will definitely help, because they'll keep him alive. Oh, and who the fuck is... that didn't take me so long. Okay, let's see. This is a mission with a lot of characters I really want to deploy, but I can only deploy so many. Oh, yeah. So, can we also just... Hey, Sean, you still there?
Yep.
Yeah, can we just agree it's kind of funny where it's like, but wait, if you just been stabbed, he can't turn into Gridman. But what do you mean? You know, we're not supposed to know! Like, wait, did you all know? Like, he's just so apologetic about it. Like, it was just an innocent slip.
This whole time, everyone's known.
Yep.
And it's just so great.
We were trying so hard to keep it a secret. You were trying so hard, we figured we'd play along.
It'd be better to try and to just play along.
Ernie, especially because it's a trope in the Ultra series.
Even then, there are exceptions. Didn't really matter to them.
It really didn't. Gridman and
Yuta and
Yuta.
Gridman are allies.
Yeah, we are going to need Gridman to end this. Tell Yuta the moment he wakes up to get here. My man, he's been stabbed.
Okay.
Actually, true, this is Ryoma. He's been, what, shot, beat up, lit on fire. Man got blown up, walked it off with amnesia, and then got right back in together. Well, the only reason he woke up after, mentally woke up was because Musashi went out like a fucking boss. And Akane's just... She can't make any more kaiju. She's lost her passion.
Mm-hmm.
It's especially good to deploy Ernie just because of the fact of, like, the connection he's had to Akane this whole run. Which, again, is something I've absolutely loved since it's the two isekai characters. I'll say, it's interesting the fact that they managed to keep a board we've been on how many times at this point, and it still feels pretty good to fight on it.
Mm-hmm.
Just, because, like, you don't
It doesn't feel as bad as rehashing.
Yeah, because, like, every time we come here, it's always been a somewhat different experience, because, we had different kaiju and different narrative reasons for being here. Usually kaiju.
Also, I finally got my K to ace status. So now I can finally stop using K, unfortunately.
Yeah. Let's be honest.
She is a very useful ally.
She is. But the main thing she's really useful for, if we're going to be honest, is definitely her, analysis.
Her analysis, resupply and repair, too.
Right, I forgot she gets those, doesn't she?
She gets resupply, but she also naturally has the ability
Repair.
to use parts on allies.
Yep, here we go. Distortion and boundary. In other words, the dimension barrier was already distorted, and now it's getting worse. And Jay, of course, Jay wouldn't understand what this means if the boundary gets more unstable, because Jay literally used missiles that tore holes in dimensions. Yep, we're sealed. In other words, we're trapped. But we're not. Yep, but this time we're not alone. Curlium, are you here for a fight? I want to get to know you.
Caroline, is this really the time to be asking a girl out on a date?
You know what this kind of... Okay, the way he's asking, you know what it kind of reminds me of?
Mm-hmm.
What was it? Noob Slayer 69? I want to know my enemy. All the drones are... He's the world's oldest living incel, which also makes him a wizard. That game is forever ruined for me because of Maxor.
Yep.
I don't even talk about Torres. Yo ho ho.
It's my mental illness, which means I get to choose the coping mechanism.
We can expect another question. Those are from the Magister. This is what I want to accomplish in my own way. He is joining us in battle. Would you mind please not talking down to the captain?
Yeah, because otherwise AZ's just gonna shoot you in the face, Charon.
Can imagine what Edge would do.
Oh, Edge would pull him out of his mech and start beating him, I'm pretty sure.
I think Edge would shoot him or leave him to Ryoma. Which is scarier.
No, he'd try beating him, and then when he has trouble, he'd call in Ryoma.
There we go. Yeah. None of the other members of the Neon Genesis High could go out because Yuta is in a hospital bed.
Yeah, which means Gridman is down.
And yeah, and because there's no Gridman, they can't form up.
That means Junk isn't functioning.
Auntie, you can go out and fight.
The only one they could rely on is Auntie in this moment. He copied Gridman, so he should be able to do it.
Don't let Gridman die. I'll fight to protect Gridman. That's his duty as the Grid Knight.
Do whatever you can the best you can.
So they're gonna go try to get to Yuta through Junk. Utsumi is to keep an eye on him, and Rika's gonna go to Akane.
Rika's doing something very stupid. But you have to if you want to save the person that you love. Rika is the Akane Shinjo that could actually love Akane Shinjo.
That
it's a matter of self-love. That's what Rika has been.
Yeah.
The fact that Caliber can still show up though is kind of funny.
It is. I mean, it also is kind of fun when you use its portrait's also wrong. You notice it still has, despite being red, it still has the axe as Gridman caliber.
Yeah.
It's limitations. They were probably trying to cut down on having another portrait. And you know what? We've had this used on us I don't know how many times, it's never hit. Let's see how the Grasphere cannon goes. He's not just a fish in a pond.
He refuses to just be a fish in a pond.
I'll be honest, his machine does look really good.
It does make me think of the Altessian race.
Which I think is it's either, I don't know if it's the same mecha designer, or it's probably the color scheme if we're going to be honest.
Yeah.
And also it's used, it does also feel like actually a very good parallel to the Huckbin.
Yeah.
Since, it uses gravity-based weapons as opposed to our black hole cannon.
Mm-hmm. It creates singularities. It creates singularities in its own way. We also create singularities. We just make things disappear.
Quite literally with my build. Slowly but surely, we are tearing through her machines. To be honest, nothing will ever be as brutal as the Majestic Prince finale with, like, I think it was well over 80 machines deployed.
Yeah.
That gets crazy, but if you have a lot of people with Lucky Star, oh my god, it is some good money.
I'm doing my absolute best to try and keep my units, keep my overall party level
Consistent.
consistent. The only ones that I'm not caring so much about right now are the gun blasters, to be honest.
You don't. I'll be honest, like, I've said before.
They're not needed for major combat encounters.
Yeah.
Coney, however, was the most useful in the early game because she had trust.
Yeah.
I kind of feel bad for Marbit. I don't use her at all.
You can, if you want to, you can put them into... If you play your cards right, you get the second V2. You can play around a little bit with them.
Yeah.
But, like...
And then whenever I get the high new Gundam, then I can...
Put Char or Bernager in it.
I was going to say, the mass-produced new Gundam could also be used by other pilots with the,
New type.
No.
Oh, right, it has an incom system.
Yeah, it has an incomes.
I always forget it has incomes just because I always run it as funnels.
A new
that's
type, yeah.
That's where its big damage numbers come from. I know a popular thing in original base game was once you got Fennec, you put Char or Bernager in narrative.
In the Fennec.
No, in narrative, because you want Jonah. Okay. Yeah, you want Jonah and Fennec just because I believe he's the only one who can use the psycho attack.
Right.
Yeah. As they further
now, here we are.
As they further optimize junk, I grow ever closer to my true self. Then why are we inside Yuta? Why are you in me? Because you are me. We've had this alluded to since we first went to New Fuji Research Lab.
Ever since we saw Yuta with the golden eyes.
Oh, the only time we had the golden eyes was with Ultraman.
But still.
But, and then also Lise mentions it. Where she's like, are you also an organic computer?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the one connected to Infinity would be able to tell what the fuck was going on. Yeah, that's why he couldn't remember anything. He's not Yuta. He's Gridman,
He's Gridman
living
inside of Yuta's body.
Which is kind of a weird parallel to what it's actually more akin to what happens.
No, because this happens in both.
Oh,
in both Ultraman and Gridman.
Oh, yeah, no, I was going to say, it's a weird parallel to the original Ultraman.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, this is what Ultraman did. And for those unaware of how the original Ultraman ended, in the Japanese version, once the Giant of Light left, it took the memories of being Ultraman with it. But in the American version, memories stayed. Oddly enough, most Ultra series would treat that ending as canon.
Mm-hmm.
The exception being the one we have here.
And I'm fairly certain the same thing happened in the original Gridman.
They forgot being about Gridman, or the fact that it was Gridman within the human body?
Gridman within a human body. I'm fairly certain. I'm not entirely certain, but I'm fairly certain.
There was also a mummy with a dragon statue.
Yeah. Weird that was a really weird one.
Yeah.
Probably has nothing to do with anything in the future.
And there we go. Yellow-eyed Yuta. And yep, here we go. I never had amnesia. There was no memories to begin with. I will say, I do like the eye color change, like to match the Gridman eyes.
To match the fact that this is actually Gridman talking.
Yeah. I wonder how this is. Like, I wonder if Yuta retains memories of being Gridman, because that is going to be interesting to see in universe.
Mm-hmm.
He's
already been stabbed by Akane.
Shinjo had no choice but to stab me. I'm sorry. What?
She's so caught up in her own fantasy that she needed to do this to snap herself out.
Gridman, the hyper agent.
And that's why, whenever you look at the pilot list,
it's never
Gridman
listed.
is just Gridman.
Yeah, he's never listed as Yuta, which is a very nice touch.
Yep.
You could overlook as, like, him trying to pass off being, Gridman. But if you know, you know.
Yep. Though they do the same thing for Ultraman, but that's more because
identity
of the identity.
Also, I do like the fact that his name as Ultraman's always capitalized. Every letter is capitalized.
Yep.
Like, it makes it feel more like as a title than as a name. Yeah. Everything about these two is just completely an opposite of each other. The hair color, the eye color,
the bows,
the uniforms.
Like Akane's bow is looser and has the lower bits out more.
Where Rika's is tighter.
Where Rika's is prim and proper.
Yeah. There's just so much between these two characters that works in terms of a design. And there he is, Alexis Kirib. And then there's Alexis. Okay, I haven't really talked about him. He looks like someone from Kill la Kill.
Yeah. He's the most Trigger thing in this Trigger series.
And it works! I love it!
It works so well for him.
I love the
he rocks his design.
Yeah, because he's got the flaming hair thing. Kind of makes me think of Promare.
Promare, yeah.
But then the overall outfit and the glasses kind of also give me a little bit of Gurren vibes.
Yeah.
It feels like a twisted Gurren Lagann. But then the overall outfit makes me think of Kill la Kill. It feels
especially with the fact that he can just toss his cloak away and he's in his skinnies.
God damn it. Fucking Kill la Kill is fucking wild. I love it. I was like, how do I get better Yuzu? Wear less of me. Wait, what? We always joke about that with Dragon Ball. That was the whole joke, especially because of Team 4 Star.
Yeah.
I see. Nudity makes you stronger on this planet. Meanwhile, Kill la Kill, it actually does.
Yep.
Instance ab reaction. Okay, I hate to step out again right where it's getting good, but puppies.
Hi, back.
Hi, back. I'm Alexis. Wait, what?
Hello, back. I am Alexis Kevin.
Ah, hello. Who were you again? If you actually... I'll be honest, both the dub and the original voice actor for him fucking kill it. The pompous, holier than thou, but also comes off as a gentleman to her at first. Miss Shinjo, what creation do you have today? It really sounds like he's more of a supporter to her being the villain until you get we get the exact opposite.
Mm-hmm.
Tirelessly with a husk of a god. It's been a while, Yuta Hibiki. Sorry, but I'm Gridman now. Wait, what? Like, I don't think he actually expected him to say that.
Yep.
I am Gridman, and I am Yuta. As I mentioned to you, so I actually had some. Also, I will fight to protect this world and not stop Akane. I like how that's a very key way he's worded. He's not going to stop Akane Shinjo. He will save her soul.
Yes, that's not the goal of a tokusatsu hero.
Yeah. It is especially not the role of Gridman.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll say that for his delivery of the line. Start blasting SOS by Union. But yeah, I did. So while we're getting, yeah, no. Also, defeat this kaiju with anti. I think I could calmly say we've done enough of the requirements for the secret of this level. But you know, I'm still gonna do everything in the right order.
Still, so much more satisfying.
Yeah. Here I come, Akane Shinjo. So yeah, as we're going, I got my free gamer sub samples yesterday and tried them. Guacamole gamer fart does not taste like guacamole. Instead, tastes like kiwi. The other sample they sent me was mango. I didn't even bother that because I know I hate mangoes. You want to hear the name of the third flavor they sent me and it almost made me die laughing?
Oh.
Titty milk.
Oh.
It tastes like milk and blue raspberry.
Oh my.
Fucking gamer subs is built different. Also,
meanwhile, I just killed multiple enemies with Uso's map attack. He went up 5 levels.
oh, you got Uso in V2 already?
Yeah.
Yeah, V2 Uso is so good. Let's see. Where did I leave? Okay, there's the Ikaruga. She know. I'm like, fuck, I can't get the Ikaruga. Then I remembered, oh wait, I can do bullshit.
Bullshit. Go.
So, what I did was I pulled the Ikaruga back with emergency retrieval and then used restore action. I'm because I want to see if Ernie has anything to say for this. Nah.
I'm about to use Psy-Flash on the 19 million. Thanks.
Oh. I'll be honest, I really do like
that's what I just did with Uso too.
I should not know.
And you know what the best part of the point of the game that I'm at right now? These things can only take like 1 hit.
Yeah, so it does make grinding there. They also give a decent amount of money. That mission was a really nice addition.
You know what the really great thing is? I had that section of AOS all capped out, so the moment that the mission started, everyone got gain in fortune.
Okay. So I'm going to be doing the same thing I did all last level, where I wanted certain characters to get certain kills. Ryoma, teach them fear.
Honestly, I really do like Misaki.
Oh, Misaki's such a fun character. Like, that's my. I think
he just jumped all the way from 29 to 30, from 24 to 39.
I had that with Izuru during the final Walgaro fight.
Mm-hmm.
I did the same thing I've been doing. You know, use Rayoba, put them at 10 HP, then finish them off with another character.
Yeah.
Except here's the thing: Izuru was like level 20. He jumped to level 50, and I just see his entire spirit deck fill out. I'm like, oh.
Yep.
No. If I'm freeing her. Let's do it with Grid Knight's Circular. Nope. The move not copied.
One of Auntie's moves.
Yeah, it's not a move borrowed for Gridman, a move copied. It's Auntie's own original move.
Mm-hmm. From way back when he was just Auntie.
I have some things to say to you, and I can't say them if you are in there. Can I say the one thing I really do like about Auntie as Grid Knight? The fact that he's not just a full palette swap of Gridman.
Yeah, he's got his own, like, slight design differences.
But it's mostly in the head.
Yep.
Granted, Grid Knight Circular really comes into its own in Dynazenon.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking great. Just the massive Grid Knight Circular. It's like, holy shit, this was an option? Also, fucking Auntie with a cape. He pulls it off.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right, yeah, all the hands grabbing her. I forgot about this. Get yourself to move. That's effort. I am a failure. Your failure that you made. It's appropriate.
The greatest failure that Akane ever made.
Because kaiju are monsters of the heart. At least in terms of Gridman. So it's appropriate that the kaiju she made that grew a heart is the one to save her. Well, now what's that about? We don't see him with his circular saw. Like, he doesn't use like a blade or anything, not a circular saw. Akane Shinjo is fine. Still a little worse. Oh, I love the dramatic music just cuts. Here he is. In his true form. The tights, the muscles. You know what he actually kind of looks like? He looks like
blades.
He looks like Gunbuster to an extent.
A little bit, yeah.
It's the shoulders.
Always the fucking shoulder pads.
Look, Gunbuster's fucking great. I love the fact that the token doesn't have its arms down like everything else. It's got the pose and everything. Well, it's like, makes our job easier. Never escape this enclosed space. Yes, be a model hyper agent as always. I love the smug, condescending attitude. But today is my lucky day. Not only do I get to destroy a hyper agent, I also get to obliterate the giants of light. Wait, you know about Ultraman?
Yeah.
Gridman Ultraman Alliance, this is our true final battle. I'm not, well, I could just go after him with the Huckbin. I'm going to go after a couple more of the kaiju just so I can, one, boost everyone's morale. And 2, you know, have better control of the battlefield. Ooh, limiter off for the Alea Vignana. Mika, you ready to cook your brain?
Brain's already cooked, Captain.
Let's see what we can do. Of course, they would attack just out of Mika's range, because the 200mm cannon sucks ass. That brave kaiju went after Getter.
How brave.
I think Alexis is gonna go after Grid Knight. Oh wait, shit, he could... I just realized what you could do. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
Uh-oh.
I forgot he has a map attack, so what we're gonna do is throw Persist and Foresight, so that way he can dodge 1 and also take less damage from Alexis. Because everyone else should be able to survive. Or at the very least, dodge. Though, just to be on the safe side. Restore everyone's health by 5,000. Okay, missed the Huckman. Hit Ryoma only for 1,000 damage. Only 1,000 damage on Ray Earth. 400 on Anti. Oh, it hits his own Kaiju!
Didn't think of that one, did you, Lexi?
He doesn't give a shit.
Oh, right. It's Alexi.
And he's going... He went after Shinkelion.
Huh. Sadly, Hayato doesn't have anything to say to him.
Not
He
yet.
can't bother him. He can't bother him about trains.
Yet.
Yet.
It's like he hasn't got anything yet to say to Ryoma. It's a final boss. We're getting 2 rounds with this shit. Okay, here we go. Well, this won't do at all. No. Half that damage I dealt has just been recovered. I am what you would call immortal. Behold, infinite life. Yeah, I think Chirico gets that because the villains of his whole series are immortals too, technically. And it's the same thing. It's a void deep inside. But dear me, no, she came to me. Another map attack. Ooh, and all that focus on Gridman. Our hero lost. She didn't have full control over the anomalies in the chaotic lives of her creations, so the kaiju were her countermeasure. And Alexis's heart fed on that eternal cycle. Hayato recognizes him.
Mm-hmm.
And here we go. Dr. Saitomi had data from other virtual worlds. Several of those worlds were destroyed by interference from someone before the catastrophe.
Catastrophe.
I could speak. I'm tired. Are you trying to say, yep, Alexis stopped other worlds that were being used to test to see if they could stop that thing? Presidency, where was my brother? It's like, there's more of you?
Of course there's more than one. Alexi is a fucking Dementor.
Holy shit, you're right. He's also got the look for it. Especially when he's got the cape. Huh.
I hate that I made that comparison, but it's too accurate.
It works. It's feeding on negative emotions. Denial is understandable, but unfortunately, this is cold, hard reality. A hero will always rise. A hero will never fall. Gridman is a true hero. Give your rage and hate, you beings of finite life. Your emotions bring me the ultimate joy.
Blah, blah, blah.
Meanwhile, Junks is on fire.
What else is new? So now, I like this for this version of the story. That Yuta is still there. He's waking up, but Gridman is still within him.
Which, I wonder if that idea actually has an effect on the decisions they made for Universe. Because, it wouldn't be the first time Super Robot Wars has had an effect on
the overall plot of a main story.
Ken Ishikawa actually reacted heavily to later Getter volumes because of Super Robot Wars.
Mm-hmm.
In particular, there's I forget the exact name of it. It's a prologue, though, to the second Getter manga, which is Go's team. It explains what the fuck happened to Ryoma. And the fact that Ryoma gave up. He did give up because, he gave up because he was scared shitless of Shin Getter.
Yeah.
Because he was having horrible nightmares and Shin Getter was showing him shit. In particular, the fact that he would be the pilot of that thing. Because basically Ryoma saw the hellscape that would come. The same thing that the Devolution team is made to stop. So, Ryoma decided, you know what? If this is what I'm supposed to do, I don't want it. Fuck it. Taking myself out of the equation. Walked away.
And that can only last for so long, unfortunately.
His son gets in a Getter. And his son is even more insane. He's Yuta's friend. It's time for them all to become one. It's finally time. Everyone's got acceptors. So everyone together. One true Access Flash. You, with your finite life, can't possibly overcome my infinite life. You possess? Yeah. Infinite life is just not life. It's the same issue with and honestly, with being within the Fennec. They even bring up Rita, despite her consciousness being within the Fennec, it's not life, it's an echo. She's dead. As the saying goes again for narrative, what was started by the living will end by the living. Enter the password. Password Gridman. Powers not to defeat.
The true power of Gridman
Is to fit. Behold the budgets. Behold the true power of Gridman. And also, Gridman is so powerful, he doesn't get one theme, he gets two. There's the first song, Union, and then there's this, Yumi no Hero, which is the theme from the original Gridman. People aren't omnipotent. That's why we help each other. If you open up Shinjo, this city could get a lot bigger. Not just this place, your whole world.
I really do love the imagery in the anime.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it hasn't been put in this.
And you know what? It's more
the whole theming in the anime is everyone's talking to Akane from outside of her room.
And telling her, open the door. And there we go, the city has been fixed. The dimensional boundary has been restored. That is Gridman's true power. Where Ultraman always had the Spacium beam and, you know, was able to defeat the kaiju, Gridman, besides just defeating kaiju, also had the Fixer beam. The power to
to repair the world that the kaiju destroyed.
Yeah, Gridman gets two abilities for this. One is, of course, Hyper Aged Gridman, where I am convinced the entire budget of this game went. Gridman is a hero. A hero is anyone who stands up against evil. I'm pretty sure that's all of us. And Vaughn's like, wait, I'm a hero?
Even Vaughn's like, yeah, I'm a hero, what? Izuru is proud to be a hero.
Very much. Koji's been a hero this whole time, if we're going to be honest.
So is Guy.
Koji.
You could somewhat argue that Ryoma's a hero, even though he
very
much acts like a villain.
Ernie's a hero. He saves an entire country. Granted, he saves it for his own research, it's just for the development of his mecha, but he still doesn't like what the fuck they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's fair to say Hikaru and the Magic Knights are heroes.
Of course they are.
Yuta and the rest of the J-Decker crew are all heroes. Teach me, AZ. What is this you call a hero? And the Gridman is one of the best examples of a true hero.
True hero isn't someone that fights, someone who saves.
You fixed her heart? How the fuck? You believe in the possibilities within all humans. Oddly enough, you know what that kind of sentiment there shares with a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
Bernager.
Yep.
The inner beast within everyone, called possibility. The inner god. He can still fight, but even if he's immortal, he's no longer invincible. And the city is in the real world. What I love it, like he's staying on me and going to the, the whole village. You can't defeat me! Not you or the Alliance, Ryoma.
He's
What?
already broken down.
Yeah, Ryoma, what happened to your confidence?
Where'd all that confidence go, bro?
And Lelouch has brought it up amazingly. He's backed into a corner. He's showing his true colors. Let's be honest, that's something Lelouch loved doing in combat. Backing. I think the best one is still like, the one where him and Suzaku work together right after he gets the Ganymede. They take that cut with that whole song number, the two of them working together for the first time as Zero and Suzaku.
Yep.
Let's finish this.
He's having his villainous breakdown. Which means all that's left to do is to beat him down.
So we're going to hit him with everything, but we're also going to try to avoid killing because I want to hit him with as many characters as we can. As this is a finale fight. Dialogue time. And of course, how else to start it but to teach him the meaning
of fear.
It's just you and me, bucko. You don't understand, do you? I may not be immortal, but I'm still Alexis Kirib. No human is my equal. You have no idea how satisfying it is to shove a line like that right into someone's face. Grit your teeth.
I know what I'm gonna do when I hit this point.
Huh.
I'm gonna switch the squad song.
To Yumi no Hero?
Yeah.
And you're gonna have it set to squad song priority?
Yeah.
I kinda like giving everyone, during their speeches, having their themes blare.
No, I get that, but also
no, Yumi
I
no
feel
Hero
like
is really
everyone in this moment.
Yeah. You want to give it kind of like the Jam Project moments at the end of the games.
Yeah.
Okay, bad guy boss. If you want to surrender, now's the time. You actually think you can win over me at this point? Should I call this pure heartedness or foolishness? I can't decide. Clock's ticking.
Hayato's still trying to be a good boy.
Yeah. Surrender is completed, utterly out of the question. After all, you're all going to perish here. Yep, should Killian and him...
Can't wait anymore. Train has to be on time.
Yeah. Okay, Orga, give everyone a boost. Let's see what... I actually don't know what Mika says to him. I'm curious. Because Mika's always just generally of, I don't give a shit.
Mika would probably be pissed. I don't know.
I know that you've all... Oh, no, he addresses all of Tekkadan.
Of course.
I know that you've all grown up in a miserable environment.
I kind of wonder what he says to Ogami.
I have to see what I got still. Place might make a nice world for me to visit next. In fact, I could give you all far more pleasant lives if you let me. I like how Orga gets pissed and Mika's just like, nah. Talking to him is a waste of breath.
A waste of breath.
I mean, granted, as fucked as it is to say, he might not be wrong there.
Yeah. But at the same time,
it's their world.
Alexi.
Same time, no matter what.
It's their fight to finish. The only path forward is the one they make.
That's the whole point of IBO. Even though the path they choose is definitely the wrong one.
Alright, now get Carolyn over there.
Wait, who did you want to see?
Carolyn.
Hey.
Get the king over there.
Wait. No.
He's all the way to the left.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if I can or not. That's the hard one, to be honest.
Do you have the dash?
He doesn't. He's got boost dash because he's got 2 kills.
Yeah.
So what I can do. Okay. So this is going to be a little tricky. So what I'm going to do is do that. Since the other battleships have EX6, restore his action. I'm also going to get well, the other getters. Well, okay. Let's be honest. Before we get the king, there's some very important ones we need to get there. Because we always need to hear his speech. We need to hear it from the lovable idiot. Black is the color of a tuxedo. The thing you wear is for your bride. What in the world are you talking about? Like, I love how this is some kind of like interdimensional demon shit. And Vaughn has utterly...
You're wearing while you're manipulating little girls is the black of evil and darkness.
So like hell I'm gonna lose to you. Here I come, Alexis, who cares?
I love that Vaughn was trying to like take in that I'm a fucking hero. Let's go. And then he loses it at the end.
He fucks it up because he's Vaughn.
Our lovable idiot.
A finite life is such a tragedy. You remind me of that most of all. To Amuro Ray.
Oh, he's asking for it.
Especially a post-access shock and a post-narrative Amuro.
This is an Amuro that has somehow survived all of this.
Judge my void as ruin. A mere human judging me. You don't understand the weight of a life. That's actually pretty scathing for Amuro. The girl who holds the law of the world in her hands. He wants to use Hikaru as a replacement for Akane. Yeah, that's not happening. I think the other Magic Knights would kill him first.
She's already dealt with people like him.
And she's already accepted her inner darkness.
She doesn't need that darkness.
Okay. Another one
now get the squad over there.
Another one I've been putting off because I do like this reaction. My, now this is quite a set of lost lambs. We stepped out of the virtual world of our own free will. We've got more pressing things to do to waste more of our time on you. It won't work, you know. Any world that attracts that thing's attention is doomed to fall. That's why we're here, to turn the tables. I love... Okay, you know what? We've talked in the past...
Worlds exist for the people who live in them.
Yeah. We've talked in the past about what the fuck he's talking about. He is... Because we talked about it...
He is 100% talking about the Emperor.
Which... Holy shit, Getter Emperor is a monster. Darkness in your heart would replace Akane perfectly. Won't you join me? Who said you could take a peek at what...
Edge would have something to say to him.
Also, who said you could take a peek at what's in my heart? It's kind of like the same... You know what? Her thoughts on it's kind of similar to what I suspect Lelouch would say. Her past and pain are hers.
No one else's to use.
You can... I still say my favorite moment in all of R3 is saying, we can undo every wrong you've ever done, every pain you've ever felt. He's like, no! They're what make me, me! Everything from the horrible joke, all of it. It's what makes him Lelouch v. Britannia.
Lelouch Lamfrouge.
True. No, let's be honest, his real name. He's like Batman.
Zero.
Yeah. It reminds me of Batman Beyond. How'd you know you were going crazy? Well, for one thing, I know I'm not crazy. I hope your second reason is more convincing. The voice in my head kept calling me Bruce. Yeah, so? I don't call myself that. What do you call yourself? It just gives them the smirk. There you go. I see! Now I recognize you. Your soul comes from Akade's world. What of it? I could give you power as well. All I ask is absolutely not.
I think the idea isn't just, like, they're from our world. They're just from a world that is very normal.
Yeah, they were both from the same isekai from the same world, though.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Ernie was isekai. She traveled.
Yeah.
Because Ernie can never go back.
She is trapped in a depression-fueled nightmare.
I forgot he says this. We'll bring Tokusatsu
to an anime together to strike down your evil.
Oh, I fucking love Ernie. Ernie's the...
He is literally saying what the creators of this version of Gridman said.
From the another king. All humans have darkness in their hearts. I just helped myself to a little morsel. It's true. He really does have nothing on. If there's one thing we could give Daba, it is definitely heart.
Mm-hmm. He has the heart of a king. Honestly, I'd kind of like to see Daba and Karolem interacting more.
It's funny you say that. Oh, the one who fights with the Majin. You have no idea what the calamity you flirt with, do you? I wonder, okay, since he's already
I
shown...
feel like this is an allusion to Zero.
It could be, but it also could just be a
especially considering
he knows about
the
Emperor.
ending of V.
True. But also, let's be honest, with Alexis, it could also just be referencing the fact of the titular saying for Mazinger. God or devil. What decides what a Mazin is the pilot. Which, you know what, let's be honest, that's the best description of actual, like, power. It doesn't matter how powerful something is. It's how you use it.
Mm-hmm.
He's not interested in a word I say. And yet, this is
because he's already dealt with people like you.
And this is a Koji who's already decided the future he's going for. He's got a wife, a daughter. He's going to fucking confess in the best way possible.
He knows what he has to do.
Just in the middle of a hospital. Let's have a baby. What? So my favorite part of Infinite is that fucking ending. Let me see. Supporters. No. Oh, shit. I don't have enough for them. Who's in it? Okay, so... Okay, so let's see. Okay, I'm gonna be doing some fine manipulation here. Okay, I don't need much. I just need emergency recover. Let's see. Let's grab Curlium. Let's grab our King of the Braves. I will say, the Mazin Kaiser theme has really grown on me.
The Mazin Kaiser?
Yeah, the theme.
Yeah.
Though I do still have a soft spot for the original Mazin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here's the one we really wanted. The giant
here we
of
go.
This is delightful! Ultraman! I'm positively giddy at the thought of crushing you personally. You're no fun at all. Fine, swallow that light factor with the darkness I possess. I don't even care who you really are anymore. I'm Ultraman, and I'll fight any enemy of the world and everyone in it. Let's be honest. He does grow into earning the... From what I've seen, he definitely does grow into earning the title of Ultraman. You don't know what life is capable of creating. The Apostle of the Getter Rays. Wait, interfere once again? Yeah, if you don't understand the meaning of life, you have no hope of controlling the Getter Rays. He's not wrong. Getter Rays are life. They also killed the dinosaurs. I wish I was joking. You're about to find out what bravery is capable of. Your luck of prudence and self-awareness is truly a saga for the ages. I mean, yeah, no, King of... You know what the name of the song for King of the Braves final is? It's his normal song, because, like, you have juvenile version for, King of the Braves versus Betterman.
Yeah.
You guys are referencing the kids now finally being kings. But for Guy's final battle, where he gets Genesis Gao Gai Gar, it is the mythology version. You can try to crush his bravery. I don't think a black hole could crush Guy's bravery. If I've lost my own town... Oh, shit! Okay, so he knows something about Chirico. I'll just assimilate your immortal causality and restore my status as an absolute being. I have no idea what you're talking about. I'll be honest, I kind of like Chirico's, like, just blunt response. Like, you know, no over-the-top reaction just because that's not Chirico.
Yeah.
Oh, and he said something to Curilium. Such hubris. Just like Eos.
Mm-hmm.
He's having his worldviews completely questioned and shattered.
He really is just like Eos. And it's taken him this long to realize it.
He kind of reminds me of Gavi, remember from Gardem? Like,
Yeah.
when he finds out he's a robot, and it's just like, holy shit, then he comes back later, no memories of it. The original somehow comes back, it's like, fuck it. You, one more round, let's go. And then he shows back up in SRT. Like, can we appreciate that fucking persistence of that one personality?
Yeah.
Okay, and now it's time for Auntie. The life and the heart that Akane Shinjo gave me. That's what will give me the power to beat you. Okay, I think that is all my machines have attacked him. Now... So, okay, first things first, before we end this, let's talk about the ultimate ability of Gridman we've unlocked. Grid Fixer Beam. Gridman will have...
Spend all your energy
restore one...
to fully restore one ally and cure all conditions.
In particular, that SP recovery is amazing.
Yep. Fully restoring someone's SP.
I thought there was a puppy at my door. There was not. Disappointed. Yeah. It's a really good Hail Mary pass, especially on levels where, you know, you have to keep one unit alive. Okay, let's see. EX action. Smash hit. Let's see. Okay, it's gonna take at least 2, so let's see, do that. Gridman, how dare you? How dare you? It's over. We end this right here, right now. We'll open infinite possibilities. That's the power of life. How else to end this but with an animation, and we use Wish on him, which not only heals Gridman, because Gridman was already at max health, so it didn't matter. But
it also gives him gain in fortune.
So he's gonna get the big money and the big experience.
Big number.
He feels like something out of Cyberpunk, which is appropriate, because fun fact, at the end of Dyna Xenon, there's a poster for Cyberpunk Edge Runners. I still love the fact that they just didn't even bother changing it. It's just straight up the animation.
Just with all the chromatic background taken out.
And it still works. I love this sequence in particular. And with that, we can safely say the Gridman scenario has come to a close. I love everyone. Now, here's the thing. Do I think everyone shit-talking Alexis is nearly as good as everyone shit-talking Embryo?
No, not in the least.
There was some really good scathing remarks, though I think that mostly has to do to the fact that Ange was fucking amazing and brutal.
Yeah.
That and also with V with fucking the Full Metal Panic crew. But God, this was still... In particular, Vaughn confusing him, Ryoma threatening him, fucking trying to win Ernie over, and Ernie's just like, nah, I don't give a shit. Like, Ernie will take no shortcuts. He will achieve his dream his way. And yeah, Akane... So here's the thing. If you do not have not met the requirements, I believe... Yeah, Akane is, you know, a coward, a cheat, and a whiny baby. I know all about you. Yeah, she's no god, she's just a girl. Yeah, so if you've met all the requirements, which, to be honest, most of the requirements are just beat Auntie with Gridman. Or beat, you know, the first time you encounter a kaiju.
Scenario.
Yeah. Essentially, like, you know, first time you meet a kaiju, beat it with Gridman. Beat Auntie with Gridman. You just need, and also run every
single time with Gridman.
Also clear every single Gridman themed mission. You'll collect Akane points, giving you a special supporter. Why don't you just stay here a little longer? Our supporter, Akane Shinjo.
Expand your world, Akane.
To be honest, she kind of... Okay, like most bonus characters, they don't really get to say much, but you always get them because they'll have stuff to say during the final battle. You know, when it's the full series saying something.
Mm-hmm.
They actually get to say... Because, you know, see... Kind of like in SRT, how, Black Mike Guy will chip in. Yeah. Same thing. Right now, Yuta Hibiki, more or less. He's a bit of... Yeah. Yuta's gradually waking up.
He's still a bit of Gridman.
He's also
like a hodgepodge. Which I feel like this is more to acknowledge that, yeah...
We're not getting rid of Gridman. We can't lose a unit.
It's that, but also I think this is the creators saying, yeah, for the most part, it was still very similar to Utah.
But let's also be honest. I think the reason they didn't go into this too much in the ending for Gridman, it didn't matter. There was so much other stuff to cover. It was much more focused on Akane, and it was much more focused on that final battle with Alexis. You had something going on. So yeah, so assuming there's a Yuta in the real world for Akane, I wonder what her feelings towards him are.
Well, considering Yuta fell for Rika...
True.
I think it'll work out.
I wonder, I actually... I actually wonder if Akane's in Gridman universe.
I didn't see her. At least not in the poster.
Well, let's... I'm pulling up the... at the very least, I'm just pulling up the cast list.
But we definitely do see Rika and Yuta.
Oh, yeah. Looking at the cast list...
Oh, they actually both series got compilation films, too.
Yep.
That's cool.
I'm perfectly fine with having the full series on DVD. I have both of them complete. I have amassed... Okay, I'll be honest. In the past few months, I've amassed quite an anime collection on DVD. I've got the full series of Code Geass. I just don't have a physical copy of R3. I'm working on that.
Mm-hmm.
I've got... I have a digital copy of Witch of Mercury. Or at least the first season. I have... Gundam 00, Digimon Last Evolution, and Dynazenon and Gridman. And my next one I'm getting physical is Get a Robo Armageddon. If the Kaiju are gone, the city is back to normal. Their hero did it. A goddess. She's not a god. She's just Rika's friend. I love Ernie's just inner thoughts on this. It's alright, Akane. We can enjoy this world together. Like, Ernie has been, like, nothing but honest with her.
Yeah, he's just happy to have someone from his world that he can interact with, I think.
I think my favorite thing with it was still, like, when everyone else was, like, calling her a god, and Ernie was, like, one of the first to go, no.
Yep.
You managed to save both the girl and this entire world in a bubble. And an expression of gratitude. I think this is the first time we said thank you to him.
This is the first time he's probably ever heard
that phrase.
Thank you.
What a lovely phrase. And you know what?
He seems... That smile seems so genuine.
Yeah. Like Grant, like, I think I agree with him. Like, a lot of the stuff he was saying earlier was like, you know, he was just saying it, going through the motions. Because, you know, oh, it's proper etiquette. Now it's like it's starting to feel like real.
I feel like Carolyn here has a lot in common with Hibiki-kun.
Yeah.
Not really understanding who you are.
Yeah, we don't have to go now, but it's almost time for our final battle. Because, yeah, we can't start our final battle with them yet. It's done. Our fight isn't over yet. They must carry on the missions of a hyper agent. And the battle code SSSS.